Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Global News reports that Prime Minister Mark Carney is set to announce new steps to combat rising anti-Semitism and hate in Canada today in Toronto. This comes less than a month after Toronto police responded to an incident where 3 visibly Jewish community members were shot at with an imitation firearm. According to Jewish advocacy group B'nai B'rith, anti-Semitic incidents in Canada topped 6,800 in 2025, marking the highest number recorded since 1982. The group attributes this significant increase to the October 2023 attack by Hamas militants on Israel and the subsequent Israeli actions in the Gaza Strip, which have fueled hatred and violence against Jewish Canadians. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre criticized the government, stating that hate crimes have seen a nearly 200% increase over a decade of Liberal government. Noah Shack from the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs urged Ottawa to bolster community security and actively combat radicalization, the promotion of terrorism, and terrorist entities operating within Canada. He emphasized the Prime Minister's opportunity to set a clear tone against the hatred and intimidation faced by Jewish Canadians. According to CTV News, Toronto police are actively searching for several suspects following a fatal shooting that occurred Sunday evening in a Rexdale apartment building. The incident, which took place around 8 p.m. near Queen's Plate Drive and Rexdale Boulevard, resulted in the death of 28-year-old Anthony Taylor, who was shot in a hallway. While one man in his 30s is currently in custody, investigators emphasize that multiple others remain at large. Sergeant Richard Danino stated that the shooting did not appear to be random and was preceded by a brief interaction. Taylor's family described him as having a great love for cooking and caring deeply for his loved ones, expressing profound devastation at his loss. Division 23 Supt. Ron Taverner highlighted that, despite this tragic event, incidents at the building have dramatically decreased in recent years due to increased police-community interaction. Police assure residents of a continued increased presence in the area as the homicide investigation progresses, urging outstanding suspects to seek legal counsel and surrender. Global News reports that Nova Scotian Brandy Wynot, a survivor of intimate partner violence, describes her abuser's sentence as a slap in the face. Wynot had waited years for the opportunity to read her victim impact statement in court, but a joint submission between Crown prosecutors and the defense led to a plea deal. Her ex-partner pleaded guilty to 6 of 12 charges, including assault and intimidation, and was sentenced to a remaining 1 day in custody and 2 years of probation. This short sentence was a result of applying remand credit at a 1:0.5 ratio for 202 days already served, effectively counting as 303 days. Wynot states she feels totally dismissed and believes the justice system has failed her. Rebecca Jarentigo-Bromwich, a law professor at Carleton University, noted that while plea deals are common, they can be frustrating for victims who lack agency in the process. She suggested that Crown should consult victims more meaningfully before accepting such submissions. CTV News reports that 2 men have been charged and a third suspect is actively sought in connection with the fatal double shooting that occurred in Vaughan, Ontario last month. On May 13th, police responded to a residence where 2 men were found deceased from multiple gunshot wounds. Investigators later located a stolen blue SUV, believed to have been used by the suspects, abandoned and set on fire. Following a series of search warrants in Toronto, Windsor, and Hamilton, authorities seized loaded firearms and materials for making explosives, including a detonator and tannerite. Michelle Mosconi, 27, of Toronto, faces serious charges including first-degree murder and possessing explosive substances. Glenn Musso, 55, has been charged as an accessory after the fact. Police are appealing to the public for information regarding the whereabouts of 48-year-old Gerard Murray of Windsor, who is wanted for first-degree murder and arson. He is known to frequent southwestern Ontario, and police warn that anyone providing assistance may face criminal charges. The minimum wage in British Columbia is increasing to 18.9 $25 per hour as of Monday, marking an annual increase since 2019. While this is seen as beneficial for workers facing an affordability crisis, business leaders express significant concerns. Jen Riley, president and CEO of the BC Chamber of Commerce, told City News Everywhere that this hike, coupled with other pressures like the new PST for professional services and rising property taxes, creates immense difficulty for businesses of all sizes to absorb the needs of their workforce. The increase is expected to have a ripple effect beyond just minimum wage earners. She urged the government to consider relieving some of these financial burdens. Jairo Eunice of the Business Council of BC added that, while a wage bump could lead to some hiring, it often makes it harder for less experienced workers, especially youth, to find entry-level jobs, as employers may prefer more experienced candidates. Youth employment in BC has declined by 14% since January 2019, the worst in Canada. Wages represent the largest cost component for businesses, further complicated by Canada's current inflation rate of 2.4%. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.